The entire truck market just got hit with a seismic shock because Toyota's CEO has stepped onto the global stage with an announcement no one saw coming. A brand new Toyota Hilux priced at just $17,000. Yes, $17,000 for a real pickup truck from Toyota, wearing the legendary Hilux badge. And the moment he revealed it, the whole auto industry collectively gasped, because this move doesn't just pressure rivals, it obliterates their entire pricing playbook. Toyota is going straight for the jugular of Ford, Chevy, and even Chinese budget truck makers by unleashing a shockingly affordable Hilux that's built for global domination. And here's the wild part: Toyota isn't positioning this as a stripped down, cheap truck. The CEO made it crystal clear this is a fully capable Hilux, engineered for durability, low cost maintenance, and rugged work duty. It's the kind of truck Toyota built its reputation on, the kind of truck that refuses to die even when put through hell. From the moment he walked out with the prototype, you could practically feel the tension from other automakers. This wasn't a design exercise or a concept model with vaporware specs. Toyota is reviving the classic Hilux formula: tough chassis, bulletproof powertrain, easy to repair components, and the kind of real-world practicality modern trucks abandoned years ago. And offering that at $17K, that reboots the entire truck segment overnight. Toyota's CEO emphasized something most brands forgot: people don't want trucks that cost as much as a house. They want something reliable, simple, strong, and affordable. And this new Hilux is exactly that. It's being built to serve farmers, tradespeople, small business owners, first-time buyers, developing markets, and anyone tired of the ridiculous price inflation infecting the auto world. Toyota is stepping in with a message loud and clear: the era of the sensible truck is back. But what's really rattling the competition is Toyota's strategy behind this launch. Instead of following the EV-obsessed trend, Toyota engineered this Hilux to be brutally practical. The CEO explained that Toyota isn't chasing unrealistic mandates or oversized battery packs that turn trucks into luxury toys. This Hilux focuses on real-world usability, meaning a lightweight platform, ultra-efficient engines, easy servicing, and parts availability everywhere, from big cities to villages in the middle of nowhere. And that single decision sends a nuclear shockwave through the truck market because it proves Toyota understands what customers have been begging for. The powertrain options are exactly what you'd expect from a company that built its empire on durability. Toyota is bringing back smaller displacement engines, both gas and diesel, that deliver outstanding fuel economy without sacrificing torque. These engines aren't designed for magazine numbers. They're designed for 20 years of abuse. We're talking engines that can run on mediocre fuel, withstand extreme climates, and keep going even in regions with rough terrain and non-existent infrastructure. This is Toyota doubling down on forever trucks. Then comes the design. The new $17,000 Hilux doesn't try to look like a spaceship, and that's intentional. Toyota crafted a bold, clean, muscular body that's easy to repair, easy to modify, and tough enough to handle dents, scratches, and job site punishment. Steel where steel is needed. Plastics where they reduce weight, and no gimmicks. This truck was engineered with a purpose: to work, not to impress Instagram. Inside, Toyota avoided the trap of stuffing the cabin with fragile screens and overcomplicated tech. Instead, you get a durable interior with physical buttons, tough materials, smart storage, and technology that actually makes sense. Bluetooth? Yes. Backup camera? Yes. But no insane 17-inch tablets glued to the dash, no laggy software, no subscription nonsense. This is the kind of interior that can be hosed out if needed and still look good. And here's where things get even crazier. The CEO confirmed that Toyota is planning massive global distribution for this model. They didn't build this truck for a single market. They built it for the world. South America, Africa, Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, the Middle East, regions where Toyota is already the king of reliability. Rivals know exactly what that means. Once this truck launches, Toyota will flood developing markets with a product competitors simply can't match on durability or price. But the real panic is happening inside boardrooms of American automakers. Because if Toyota decides to sell this $17,000 Hilux in the US, even in limited numbers, the entire pricing structure of mid-sized trucks collapses overnight. Imagine walking into a dealership and choosing between a $42,000 Colorado or a $17,000 Hilux built to last half a lifetime. Manufacturers cannot compete with that without slashing margins to the bone, and Toyota knows it. The CEO hinted at this with a single line that sent shockwaves across the industry. Affordability is not a feature, it's a responsibility. That single sentence instantly reframed the entire truck market. While other companies brag about luxury trims, oversized screens, and six-figure price tags, Toyota is planting its flag on the opposite side. Build what people actually need, and price it so they can actually buy it. And that's exactly why this new Hilux is causing panic from Detroit to Shenzhen. Toyota isn't just launching a new model, they're exposing the industry's biggest weakness: greed. The CEO went even further, explaining that automakers have lost touch with the real-world buyer. People don't want to take out 7-year loans. They don't want $1,200 monthly payments. They don't want to get buried in debt just to own a truck that's supposed to make their lives easier. Toyota sees an opportunity to win back an entire generation of truck owners who walked away from the market because prices became insane. And the $17,000 Hilux is designed to be the reset button. It delivers exactly what's been missing for years: a truck that's cheap to buy, cheap to run, and cheap to fix. You don't need software updates just to roll down your windows. They're partnering with local suppliers. They're establishing rapid parts distribution centers to ensure the truck's low maintenance promise holds true anywhere in the world. This level of pre-launch investment proves Toyota isn't guessing. They know this truck is going to be a massive success. But the real shock came next. Toyota revealed that the Hilux's total expected 10-year resale value is projected to outperform many modern midsize trucks that cost 2 to 3 times as much. This is unheard of for a truck priced at $17K. It means the Hilux isn't just cheap up front, it holds value, making it one of the smartest economic decisions a buyer can make. And suddenly, the entire business case behind overpriced trucks collapses. The CEO then shifted to how buyers in developed markets are responding. Even in Europe and Australia, where vehicles are expensive and heavily regulated, the reaction was identical. People are tired of complicated trucks. They're tired of inflated pricing. They're tired of brands abandoning simplicity. Consumers flooded Toyota's inbox begging for this stripped-back, rugged Hilux to be sold in their region. And then came the biggest twist. Toyota has been quietly studying how to adapt this $17,000 Hilux for stricter markets without pushing the price into the stratosphere. That means there is a real possibility, real, not theoretical, that the Hilux could evolve into a global platform with local variations. The crowd erupted when the CEO explained that Toyota is exploring modular compliance systems, swappable safety packages, market-specific emissions kits, and configurable trim levels designed to meet regulatory requirements without compromising the base truck's affordability. This is Toyota trying to rewrite the rulebook, one that regulators and rival automakers haven't even realized can be rewritten. And as the CEO wrapped up this section, he teased one more massive reveal, something about a new powertrain option that could make the $17,000 Hilux even more fuel efficient and even more appealing in remote regions. The goal wasn't comfort, the goal was failure. Toyota tried to break the truck, and when it didn't break, they improved it further. The CEO described the Hilux as our most torture-tested affordable pickup ever, a statement that sent chills through engineers at rival companies. But Toyota wasn't done. The CEO hinted that this new Hilux could be the foundation for multiple upcoming models, meaning even more affordable Toyota trucks may follow if this one succeeds. And that's when the room realized this isn't a one-off launch. This is a strategy shift. And then, just as the audience leaned forward, ready for more, the CEO began revealing the early demand numbers and global pre-launch interest. And the numbers were staggering. The CEO revealed that before the truck even reached showrooms, interest from dealers and distributors had exploded past anything Toyota anticipated. Countries across Africa, Southeast Asia, and South America were already requesting allocations far beyond Toyota's initial production plans. In some regions, early reservation lists filled up within days, before consumers had even seen the final interior or full-spec sheet. This wasn't hype. This was demand driven by necessity. Small businesses, farms, construction crews, government fleets, humanitarian organizations, they all wanted a piece of this $17,000 Hilux. Because a truck this affordable, this durable, and this easy to maintain doesn't just shake up the consumer market, it reshapes entire industries that depend on reliable transportation. The CEO shared that multiple national governments had already reached out to Toyota about using the new Hilux for police forces, rural medical units, agricultural programs, and utility services. Why? because it slashes procurement costs, it cuts maintenance budgets, it improves operational reliability. With fleets constantly struggling to stretch budgets, a $17,000 Hilux isn't just a bargain, it's a game changer. Then the CEO dropped another bombshell. Toyota is preparing to scale production faster than any affordable truck in the company's history. They're dedicating additional factory lines. Toyota can afford to sell a bulletproof truck at a razor-thin margin because they have global scale, proven manufacturing efficiency, and decades of experience building reliable workhorses. Other automakers simply don't have that foundation. They've spent the last decade chasing high-margin luxury trucks and full-size behemoths. They abandoned the affordable, simple truck segment, and now Toyota is claiming it for itself. The CEO made it clear, Toyota doesn't want to participate in the luxury truck arms race. They want to redefine the lower end of the market. They want to dominate emerging economies. They want to give ordinary people a dependable tool at a price that makes sense. And by doing that, they're resetting expectations worldwide. Suddenly, a $40,000 base model pickup looks ridiculous. Suddenly, complex infotainment systems feel unnecessary. Suddenly, the truck market looks bloated, overpriced, and disconnected from reality. And the pressure doesn't stop at pricing. Toyota plans to use the Hilux as the backbone for massive aftermarket growth. They're partnering with suppliers to offer factory-approved accessories that expand the truck's versatility. Canopy shells, lift kits, winches, racks, bed systems, off-road gear, and more. That means Toyota earns revenue beyond the sticker price while still keeping the entry cost low. Competitors can't win that game. They don't have a truck this cheap to begin with. The CEO also explained how the new Hilux aligns with Toyota's long-term plan for self-sufficient rural markets. He talked about empowering entrepreneurs in developing countries, giving them a tool that can start a business, haul goods, and build livelihoods. For some buyers, this truck isn't a convenience. It's economic mobility, it's survival, and for Toyota, that's far more important than chasing big city luxury customers. Then he shifted to the truck's durability testing. Toyota put prototypes through extreme heat, freezing temperatures, deep water crossings, overloaded suspension trials, and brutal 24/7 cycle tests. Because Toyota would be offering a pure, mechanical, no-nonsense work truck at a price that undercuts everything by tens of thousands of dollars. And Toyota knows the nostalgia factor is huge. Americans have been begging for a small, simple, durable pickup again. Not a luxury truck, not a tech showcase. A real truck, something like the old Hilux, the old Ranger, the old Datsun. Trucks people could actually afford, modify, fix, and put to work. Toyota bringing that back would flip the entire market upside down. Then the CEO revealed one more piece of the strategy. Toyota isn't just thinking about affordability, they're thinking about global economic instability, rising interest rates, supply chain volatility, inflation, unpredictable governments. People need stability. A $17,000 truck that lasts 20 years provides exactly that, and Toyota is positioning itself as the brand that delivers stability when every other manufacturer is chasing trends. He went on to say that the new Hilux is designed to be a partner, not a burden. That sentence struck a chord, because that's exactly how millions of people feel. Their vehicles have become financial burdens instead of tools. Monthly payments are crushing families. Repairs cost fortunes. Tech failures immobilize vehicles. Toyota is saying if the industry won't fix that problem, they will. And just when it seemed like Toyota had said enough, the CEO moved on to something even more shocking: how this $17,000 Hilux could trigger a global price war. And this is the moment every automaker secretly feared, because the Hilux isn't just a cheap truck, it's a catalyst. The CEO explained that once Toyota launches this model globally, competitors will have no choice but to respond. A $17,000 Toyota doesn't just pressure other brands, it forces them into a financial corner. If Ford, GM, Nissan, or Isuzu try to match Toyota's price, their profit margins collapse. If they don't match it, they lose entire markets overnight. This is what makes the Hilux so dangerous to the rest of the industry. Then came another shocker. The Hilux is going to feature one of the lowest cost of ownership profiles in the world. Toyota ran the numbers, fuel efficiency, maintenance intervals, common parts pricing, and they're positioning the truck as the cheapest reliable pickup to own over a 10-year period. That means even if a rival tries to match the sticker price, they cannot match the long-term affordability. Toyota wins at purchase, Toyota wins at maintenance, and Toyota wins at resale value. This is why analysts are already calling this Hilux Hilux the most disruptive truck launch in a decade. It's not just another model, it's Toyota resetting the baseline for what a pickup should cost and what it should deliver. And as the CEO continued revealing details, the atmosphere in the room shifted from excitement to full-blown disbelief because he finally addressed the question everyone was waiting for. Is this $17,000 Hilux coming to North America? And when the CEO leaned into the microphone to answer that question, the entire room went dead silent. You could practically feel the tension. Everyone expected a diplomatic non-answer, the usual, "we're evaluating market conditions." But instead, he dropped a line that sent shockwaves across the entire American truck industry. He said, "If the market keeps pushing for affordable, reliable work trucks, we're ready." That wasn't a confirmation, but it wasn't a denial either. It was a warning to Ford, GM, Stellantis, and even newer players like BYD and Great Wall Motors. Toyota is watching the American market implode under its own pricing. They see $50,000 trucks sitting unsold. They see buyers getting priced out. They see dealers begging for affordable inventory. And Toyota is preparing to strike the second the door opens. If Toyota brings the $17,000 Hilux to the US, it would be an extinction-level event for half the segment. Mid-sized trucks like the Ranger, Colorado, and Tacoma would suddenly look wildly overpriced. Even compact trucks like the Maverick and Santa Cruz would struggle. Toyota has restructured its supply chain for this truck, using a combination of regional manufacturing hubs, simplified components, and shared parts across multiple global models. In other words, Toyota engineered the Hilux to be affordable from day one, not slapped together at the last minute. He explained that the truck uses Toyota's newest cost-optimized ladder frame architecture, designed to be rugged but inexpensive to produce. Instead of over-engineering every inch, Toyota focused on what actually matters in a work truck: frame strength, suspension durability, cooling performance, drivetrain reliability. Everything else was strategically minimized, simplified, or shared with existing Toyota vehicles to keep the cost low without sacrificing longevity. The CEO was blunt. "We didn't build this truck to win spec sheet battles. We built it to outlive everything else on the road." And that statement hits hard because it's exactly what customers want. People don't wake up saying, "I need 600 horsepower and a 15-inch infotainment screen." They want something that starts every morning, hauls without complaining, and doesn't drain their bank accounts. Toyota understands that better than anyone, but here's where Toyota completely blindsided the industry. They revealed that production is already underway in multiple countries. This isn't a concept, this isn't a future maybe, this is real, happening now, and Toyota plans to launch the truck aggressively in markets where brand loyalty is tied to reliability, not flashy features. Countries where the Hilux is already a legend, countries where a $17,000 price tag can transform entire local economies by giving small businesses an affordable workhorse. And that global production strategy is terrifying for competitors because Toyota can scale this faster than almost anyone. Most automakers have abandoned low-cost trucks entirely. Toyota is doubling down, and by doing that, they're cutting off their rivals' ability to compete on price, longevity, or availability. It's a masterclass in market domination. You don't need a degree in computer engineering just to understand the controls. And when something breaks, you don't need a dealership with specialized tools. Any mechanic in any small town can get you back on the road. This level of simplicity is what terrifies competitors, because when you build a truck that lasts, people hold on to it. That means fewer new truck sales for other brands. And Toyota has perfected the formula. Keep it simple, keep it tough, keep it affordable. Rival automakers know that once this Hilux hits the streets, it could cannibalize their entire lower-end truck lineup. It forces every brand to rethink their overpriced, overcomplicated strategies. Then Toyota dropped another bombshell. The Hilux will also offer an ultra-efficient hybrid variant. Not a massive battery pack, not an EV setup, but a tough, maintenance-friendly hybrid system that boosts fuel economy and torque while keeping costs low. This isn't Toyota chasing trends. This is Toyota refining what already works, making it more accessible, and making sure the truck stays reliable for decades. And as the CEO talked about the hybrid version, you could see exactly where Toyota is aiming. They want this truck to dominate rural markets, areas where fuel costs matter, areas where reliability is everything, areas where people depend on their trucks not as lifestyle accessories, but as tools for survival. For farmers, contractors, off-grid workers, and small businesses, this truck is a lifeline. Toyota is effectively declaring war on high truck prices, and they're doing it in the most disruptive innovative way possible, with a proven nameplate, a proven formula, and a price point nobody thought was possible. The crowd at the reveal knew they were witnessing something historic, but the bombshells weren't done yet, because then the CEO began diving into the real reason Toyota can sell this truck for just $17,000. And this part made every rival executive shift uncomfortably in their seats. Toyota's CEO revealed that the secret behind the $17,000 price tag isn't magic, it's strategy.